what is the theme of the Synod? Don't open books now. Yes, they will attend it now. Father Leo's talk. What is the theme of this pastoral year? Follow me. I will make you fishers of men. What is the theme of the Synod? Communion, participation, mission. So communion, follow me. I will make you participation, mission, fishers of men. That is for our archdiocese. Now, how many themes are there? Now, we had received from the Synod Secretariat from Rome 10 themes. Okay? There are various themes. When you open this book, you have to, after some time, you will have to read through, reread, and digest it. But it will prepare you. We didn't have anything like this in our hand when we started. So you have so much at edge. But these are experiences of others. Did you all have any kind of a consultation when the last 2 years ago you all had? At the PPC level? Yeah, very short time we have given you. Yes. So now, today we'll tell you that you have 10 themes. Can anybody call out the themes that you go through? Let me see. I want you to go through this book, use this book back and forth. By the time May happens, you should have all doggy ears and all that, this book, because you have gone through it. Just go, have a quick run through. What's your first theme? It's all written, thematic nucleus. What's the first theme? Okay, I will give you a hint. What's the okay. The first theme, thematic nucleus, number 1, is companions on the journey. Companions on the journey. Quickly turn the pages. What is the theme number 2? Turn pages now. I don't have that. Thank you. Listening. Thank you. What is theme number 3? Speaking out. What is theme number 4? Celebration. Theme number 5?
Sharing responsibility for our common mission.
Sharing responsibility for
a common mission. What is theme number 6? Dialogue in the church and society. Theme number 7? Ecumenism. Theme number 8?
Authority and participation.
Say that again, please.
Authority and
participation. Theme number 9?
Deciding and discerning.
Theme number 10? Walking together in synodality. Correct? Yeah. So a lot of thought, a lot of effort has gone into putting this thematic nuclei together. Now you all know that the Father must have explained to you the purpose, why we are having the synod, and it's really, I sincerely appreciate Father Derek, your Patrikar, for having chosen. This is not an easy task. It's so easy, just read through this thing, good, a lot of effort, and then put it down again. But to do this again at your level requires a lot of courage. So today, now when you suddenly have a whole assembly of people, and then you are supposed to be conducting your consultations. Remember, they are called consultations. So now we are going to speak to the people of God on these 10 themes. I think Father has missed first one because Father Leo spoke to you all about journeying together. So now the second and the third theme is what we are supposed to do today. So if suppose you are given a theme, are you capable of now, is like one of you and this is your congregation, how will you conduct and come across with results like this? How is it divided? Strengths and challenges. Then, first you have your questionnaire, all the questions are there. Then it's divided into strengths and challenges. Then the proposals for the journey together at the archdiocesan level and at the deanery level. Given this questionnaire, the questionnaire is constant, it's common, it will be there all the time. How will you go about conducting these sessions? Now, can I have one of you coming here and reading on the mic the theme number 2, listening. Anybody would like to read the theme, the questions under listening? When you go home, don't forget, before you do anything, when you sit down and you have some time on you, just go through the questionnaire of the first theme. Can I have somebody read? Come, listen.
first question, listening is a basic requirement to build a solid and lasting relationship at any level. Knowing its importance, what can we do to have an inclusive relationship? Second, what space is there for the voice of social minorities, especially those who experience poverty, marginalization, or social exclusion? Third, how do the bishops, priests, and religious make themselves available and give a listening ear to the lonely, the withdrawn, the aged, the timid, the women, children, the youth in their families, youth groups, etc. Fourth, what do you suggest to promote effective listening to the lay faithful in our parish? What is it that inhibits us to listen to others? How would the skill of listening to those who have different views be encouraged? Fifth, the migrants are often looked down upon. How can we voice their concerns and also give them opportunities to form part of our parish organizations or our apostolates? Sixth, what could be the involvement of the religious in the parish?
Thank you. So now you see a whole range of questions, right? Okay. So depending on the time which Father will be giving you, when now just assume each of you is here and there's a whole congregation be of assembly. How will you conduct, how will you get these answers? Now if you open continue, there is strengths and there is challenges. Then proposals for the journey ahead at the archdiocesan level, at the deanery or parish level. How can you do this? Given that you, all of us will be confused. No, just give me these questions. What do I do? How do I answer these questions? What do I do with these people who come here? How do I work? 10 themes are there. So then Father will give you how he will divide the themes. But today I will give you a formula which you can use in your groups as leaders so that you know, okay, the same. Even if you give you 10 themes, you know what to do. You don't only have to use the formula I'm giving you today. So at the beginning, you may take notes. But remember, then if we still have time, we'll have a quick mock consultation. So you know exactly how to go about. Now we are supposed to do 2 themes today. We are supposed to do listening and speaking out. So now Agnes Mosquito read listening. So speaking out, we'll try to do for the consultation. If you want to, those of you who have got paper and pen can start taking notes. You will first have to have a moderator and a secretary. So now let's assume that you already have your whole group, you have your questions, you have got in your group, you have to have one moderator and plus one secretary. The board is shaking, so you find the thing. So you have to have one moderator and you have one secretary. What does a moderator do? Now let's assume, let's put ourselves in this situation. What will the moderator do?
Plan the.
He will plan. What will he plan?
How to moderate the meeting.
Yeah, no, how to moderate the meeting. That's right. How to finish answering all these questions within that 1.5 hours that is given. How to give each one a chance to answer. Okay? Now let's take the first one. Listening is a basic requirement to build a solid and lasting relationship at any level. Knowing its importance what can we do to have an inclusive relationship? So the moderator has to be able to see that from Agnes till your good name please, till Flavia, everybody has got a chance to answer this question. But each of you will not have your answer. Each of you will have a different answer to this question, right? Now how will you categorize that answer? Remember, at all 4 times, I'm giving you a formula. You have your... This is how you have your page, okay? Your page, you divide this first part. over here you will write you will have experiences and reflections. First part, each of you will be coming, no, you'll have a big board and all. So you will have experiences and reflections. So when somebody says, listening is the basic requirement to build a solid and lasting relationship at any level. Some will say, nobody listens to us. What they're asking these questions now? Next person. So you don't have to, no, everybody listens. You want to give everybody a chance. So what will happen? Where will what this person say go? Nobody is listening over here. Nobody listens to us. Where will that come in? Where will that come in this category? That person's experience. But if suppose Flavia says, I heard they say that whatever you go to anybody, any PPC member, they listen to you. Huh? I heard them saying like this. The next person, we don't have time to waste saying yes, no, it's the truth, and then ladder goody goes on after that. No, yes, no. The whole thing is to maintain a peaceful environment. So where will that go, what Flavia has said? I heard that the PPC member is very good. Whatever we may go, whatever we may do, they listen to us. Even they are busy, they still have time. They will make time for us. Where will that experience go? Where will it come as a reflection? So when I talk about myself, it is my experience. When I talk of what somebody else has told me, or what I have heard, or what I have observed, I've seen that person, that PPC member is very proud. Huh? But if you go to talk to her, she's very nice. Once you know her, she's very nice. Where will that come from? Where will that come? Reflection. So somebody else's observation. Remember. Then there comes another part. We've not finished. This is the second part. Now if somebody says, I think that they have to have a small little session to prepare them how to listen to the to the people in the samudaya. So because everybody listening doesn't come naturally to us. That's why we have been given 2 ears and 1 mouth, because we have to listen nicely. Oh, she takes in 1 ear and throws it in another ear out. So the second one, where will that come? She takes that PPC member takes in 1 ear and throws out through the other ear. Where will it come? Experiences. But I think that they must have some kind of session where they are taught the art of listening and how important it is. Where is that? Where will that come? Suggestions. Yeah. So now you know the difference. So when you have you don't have to say no. That one said like this. You also say like this, because now the moderator has to finish all these questions during that particular period of time. So then now go back here. Go to page 13. Go right up. Listening is the first step, but it requires an open mind and heart without prejudice. Where would you categorize this? Where will you categorize? Suppose somebody says you're a very intellectual person who's come into your group. So listening is an art, but one thing, you have to have an open mind, heart when you're going to listen. You cannot have your own things happening in yourself. You have to leave your things aside and keep an open mind. Where will you as a secretary categorize this? Promptings. Thank you, Agnes. Yes. It may come as a prompting, something that the Holy Spirit has inspired her to say. Or it could be an idea. It could be their suggestion. So that will not come in this case. This thing, it will not come here. It will come here. Okay? So, as the secretary, as the moderator is going around, let's assume you all are around 20 of you. Let's assume that such a big group is there for your assembly. And one secretary has to take down, one moderator has to see that during that 1.5 hours, all these questions are answered. Okay? So now you know how to categorize. You know as a secretary, because we have quite a lot of things to do. So I'll just run through. You've understood now how to categorize this. I will not give you more examples. So straight away, first is experiences and reflections. This lower down you will write ideas, suggestions and promptings. So there is no khichdi in your paper. Your paper is very clear. Everything is very clear. These are the ideas, these are the suggestions, these are the promptings, above are reflections and experiences. Okay. Now you have finished this session. The moderator has reached the last one. What could be the involvement of the religious in the parish? They don't come only. Where will that come? Where will that come? What could be the involvement? So now nobody is telling you what you are saying is right, wrong. See, remember very clearly, you are not there to correct anybody. This synodality, see today's gospel. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your might, with all your soul, with all your strength, and love your neighbor like yourself. This is part of synodality. So we are not there as to say, no, what you're saying is not, don't say those things. That is not there. Whatever you say, I take. Okay, suppose you say, the religious, they only have mass and all, they are in their own world. They never take part in our parish. So where will that come? Yes, it will come under reflections. Given a chance, no, we should create an opportunity, and all these nuns, they can sing very well. They will teach our children to sing. Where will that come? Suggestions or ideas. Okay, so finished with that? Clear how to go about it? Okay. Now you finished your 1.5 hour session. Let's assume that you've had a very good moderator, very good secretary. You can also have a joint secretary, because at that time you never know how fast that person has to think. No, very fast. Because the moderator is asking all these questions, fatafat. Now the person has to write. So you can also have a joint secretary. So when the session is over, they can sit together and they can compare their notes. So when you finish this whole thing, you come, everybody gives in their papers. Now very, very important. You put it together, you read. As, let's assume each of you is a secretary. You read whatever has come. And now you take together converging ideas and diverging ideas. What do you understand by that? Many ideas are converging. What do you mean by converging? They come together, yes. And what do you mean by diverging? They go away. One person has something from where they've spoken, deciding a discernment, they've spoken here. But yet, because I respect you, this is all part of synodality. It's all about walking together. It's not about this is right and this is wrong. So I have written down, no throwing out anybody's inputs. Suppose there are 5 people, because I want to have a mock session of consultation so you know exactly how to go about it. That's why I'm a little bit hurry, I'm going fast. If you feel you've not understood, stop me. Okay? So, you put together, the secretary, the joint secretary can sit together, take down, see which are your experiences. These are experiences, correct. I put experiences in promptings. So again, categorize everything. Once you finish categorizing, take all the converging ideas, all of them who say that yes, the PPC members are very good, they're so listening there. Some of them say they may not, all ideas that the PPC member is a good listener, or the PPC members are very good listeners. 5 ideas are there, 5 people have said 5 different things with the same idea, make 1 sentence out of that. We don't want such big stories coming on your papers. At the end of the day, 1 theme, 1 paper. Okay? Then, diverging ideas. So, even though out of 20, 1 person has said something that has no repetition anyway, this has no thing, so throw it out. You have to include it. So, it's an all-inclusive, everything. So, got that portion? Okay? Converging ideas and diverging ideas. Now, once you finish, you prepare your report. At the end, 20 people's consultation, you have only 1 page. Though your secretary has used 20 pages to write, study the whole thing. The job is not conducting the consultation, that's more important. Every step is important, but assimilating, putting everything, synthesizing everything together, and you get only 1 page, because otherwise on father's desk, he'll have a whole heap of paper after the assembly. He won't know what to do with this. This is the whole of Goa put together, this book, for 10 themes, and Daman, at the pre-synod level, at different levels. When you read this, you will understand the lay faithful, CRI, the formation houses, priests and deacons, all of them have had, all the inputs have come come there. So part of our duty was to take 5 sentences, make 1 sentence without losing the meaning of what has been said. Very important. So you have to be totally involved in what is being said here. Okay, you realize it's different from praying together and singing hymns and all. You understand that this study is totally different. Okay? Any queries you have so far? Okay. Can I go ahead? Okay. Now, when you come together and you find, you see all these experiences, reflections, you will get positive and negative. Right or wrong? See, remember there's converging, diverging. Then you get positive and negative. Okay? So, when you take your positives, what are the positives as defined as in this book? Look at your page 13.
Strengths.
As strengths. And what are the negatives defined as? Challenges. So, without eliminating anybody's input, you put together strengths and you put together challenges. Okay? Now that will come from which part of your sheet? It will come from this part. Okay? You will get your strengths and your challenges from experiences and reflections. So remember, every step of the journey is important. You will also wonder how, having this question, how they got through this. God knows they must have added their own stories and made this thing. No, there is a method to the madness. From experiences and reflections, you get your strengths and your challenges. So, I hope you are writing down these things. Then, go further, because you realize about this, there is review of the journey together. So this part looks after the journey together. This is the journey together, experiences and reflections. And then when someone says, it's a good idea, I think we should do this, you have some promptings. Is that the journey together or is it the journey ahead? The journey ahead. So here you will find a lot of negativity, where in the reflections and in the experiences, many people will have a lot of bitter things to say. But though I will appreciate it very much if you don't eliminate anything, keep it all, everything is important. But when you go to the journey ahead, you will find all positives. Everybody, no one will give you an idea that is negative, especially for the church. Okay? So there you divide this portion. Ideas, suggestions and promptings. There you will divide it. Can we do this at the parish level? No. It has to be done at the archdiocesan level. So then again you segregate. Can we do this at a parish level? Because there are suggestions, ideas and promptings. Okay? So then you divide it that way. At your parish level, what you can do. And that will help you to form your plan of action for the future. If you can do this, it will be a great thing. In that way, this book has come about. Okay? Any queries? 5 to 7. Anybody has any queries so far? Time flies. We'll do a quick consultation on speaking out with this in mind. Okay? Or we'll do another time. What? How you all want to go about it? Or if half of you all want to do listening, half want to do speaking out? Or all will do speaking out together into 2 groups? Okay. Now I am not finished with this. Go to page 59. What do you see here? Statistics.
Yeah, statistics. Yes. Statistics of the synodal consultation. Okay. Now, it's not important that what a fantastic report we got. We also want to know who participated, whether they are male, whether they are female, what is their age group, are they below 18, are they between 18 to 35, are they between 35 to 65, or are they older, then what is their vocation composition, are they single, are they married, are they priests?
Can one group form so that we don't have, each of you, yeah. Can anybody come here and read? Go to page
90.
19, okay. Go to page 19 and come here. Will you speak? Though we did listening to understand the formula, this thing is very clear. You all will forget when you go home. By the time May comes, you all will forget what to do. Suddenly, so many people in front of us. She came, that lady from Aldana, but now I don't remember anything that she said. Yeah? Speaking out, page 19. Come, anybody come. Come, you are all leaders.
Remember, nobody is saying the wrong thing at this point. You know how to categorize. Okay? Yes.
19. Read from the
Thematic nucleus 3, speaking now. Question: how does teachings of the church provide a platform to the people of God to voice their opinions and suggestions?
just read, keep reading.
How can the church leadership encourage an authentic style of communication without any room for duplicity and personal gains? Within the church community, beyond the church community, in what way can we make the voices of the church, of the Christ faithful, heard, especially with issues that affect the church community? How does the church's official media, cell, body relate and work with other Catholic and secular media? Who speaks on behalf of the Catholic Church and how are they chosen? At archdiocesan level, at parish level. Review of the journey together.
So now depends, now as we are preparing for the big assembly, you may have many groups with speaking out. Okay? You have many groups with listening. 10 thematic nuclei depend on how Father wants to break up the groups according to the number of people. But remember, at the end, even if you have 10 groups of listening, how many pages have to come of listening at the end at Father's table? One page. Okay? So that is that. For that, let's assume that each of you are going to be part of making that one page. So even if there are 10 groups sit together again. Whatever is converging, whatever is diverging, whatever is positive, whatever is negative. Subdivide. Lot of paperwork will happen. But only one page will come to Father's table. Okay? So, now let's get together for speaking out. I'll call out 1, 2, so accordingly 1, 2 you form your groups. Okay? Start with Agnes. 1. 2. The lady in the pink and white, yes.
1, 2.
1, 2. 1, 2.
1.
Yes. All the ones that stay here, all the twos go ahead there. Make a little circle, but before leaving, we'll arrange everything properly, okay? So make ones here, two there. As soon as you all sit and settle, choose a secretary, choose a moderator. I'm coming.